Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and please subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And so we're now going to crack on with this paper A of the grade 5 2016 papers. And if you turn with me to page 6, we're now going to carry on with question 4. I do hope that you've had a little go of this yourself. It's better to have a go first and learn from your mistakes. Doesn't matter if you go wrong, you're only ever writing in pencil. Even in the exam, I suggest you always write in pencil, and so if you go wrong, you've got your trusty eraser to just rub out any mistakes. And so I'm hoping you've had a go. We'll now work through this question together. So question 4 asks us, using semibriefs or whole notes, that means we haven't got to worry about stems, we need to write 1 octave ascending, so make sure we go up. Although it would be difficult to go down from starting this low. And we're writing the melodic minor scale that begins on this note. Now this is an F sharp in the bass clef, so we're writing F sharp melodic minor, which if you recall is related to A major. I would always recommend that you have all of your circle fifths, have all your key signatures written out beforehand, and then you can just keep referring back to it, and you haven't then got to worry about thinking about it all the time. So A major has F sharps, C sharps and G sharps, so also does F sharp minor. It says do not use a key signature but put in all the necessary sharps or flats. So first of all, let's just map out our octave. So if we start on the space, we know it goes space line, working up the octave. Giving ourselves plenty of room. And we should end on an F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good boys did football, so we know we've not gone wrong. And so let's just pop in what would be our key signature. So we want F sharps. They've given us the first one. C sharps and G sharps. And now we need to make this the melodic minor. And as we ascend, we have to raise the 6th and the 7th. Descending would be the key signature only. So we now need to sharpen or raise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th and the 7th, and that's it, job done. Let's look at question 4b. So now it asks us to write a key signature of 4 flats. And then we're going to write 1 octave descending, so make sure we go in the right direction of the major scale with that key signature. So 4 flats would be B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats, and that would be the scale of A flat major. And so we need to start on a high A, so we'll start on this ledger line here, and then we've got plenty of room to come down. And so we just literally come down in step, line, space, line, space for an octave, and that gets us to A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all correct, and that's the major scale, and that's it, job done. So let's move on to the next question. So question 5. So have a crack at this first, and let's just have a think how you might go about that, and then press pause, and then you can always come back into the video and check over what you've done, and we'll work through it together. It's asked us to transpose it down a major second, so you've got to think what your key signature is here and then create your new key signature, which is a major second down, and then everything else will be dropping down a step, and then we just need to adjust these accidentals. So I'm just going to map in the bar lines and keep everything aligned so we don't lose track. There's enough to be thinking of without getting lost which note you're on. So although they've given us two lots of stave to go at, I'm just going to keep everything aligned, and there's plenty of room on this first line. And so I'm hoping you've had a go, and so we'll now have a look at this together. Here we're in the key of G major, and if you want to visualize that to help you, G major down a major second, so we've got a step down, a full tone down, takes us to the scale or the key of F major, and so our new key signature will be B flat. And so let's have our time signature and we're ready to go. So everything is coming down a step, so here that will be that. I'm not going to worry about the stems yet, and so down a step from here takes us to this B. Now here this has been raised by a sharp, and so to raise this, which would be B flat, we now just need to add an accidental of a natural sign that will raise it by a semitone. You can't just transplant a sharp in, we just raise it by a semitone, and because it's a flat, that raised semitone now makes it a natural. Okay, so up a third, that takes us to D, so that's a step lower. Just keep double checking so we can look at the relationship between the notes, step, 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 and just keep double checking that we are one step below the above original. Back up a step, and so here we have again this B needs to be raised by a semitone, so the flat becomes a natural. And then we're going up 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, that takes us to G, that's correct. Same again, down a whole octave takes us to G, down a step here. Now then, this has been lowered from a sharp to a natural by a semitone, and so this is a natural, and so to lower this by a semitone it needs to become a flat. Down a step, down a step, down a step. So we're going up a third, next door note, up a step. Now here this has been lowered from a sharp, so to lower this from a natural it needs to become a flat. Again, if you can't quite visualise that, notice that the F sharp has been lowered, and so the E must also be lowered by a semitone to the flat. And then we need to raise it back, so we need to natural there, up a step. Same note here has been raised, and so this is an F, which is still going to need a sharp sign to raise that a semitone, and then next door note takes us to G. There we go, that's all the hard thinking done. We've just got to do the stems now. By all means use a ruler. Just trying to be quick here, but if this was your exam paper, I'd make sure it was nice and neat and tidy. And we can just keep the stems in the same direction. We've not crossed over that middle line, so everything stays as it was. Let's just put the last few details. We might as well make sure we've earned every mark we can. Get those slurs in place, and why not just put all the extra little dynamic details. And there we go, we've done a good job there. So moving on, now the next question 6 is the composition of a melody or putting a melody to words. Now, we're not going to be looking at this. This no longer comes into the 2018 onwards revised exam. In the Music Theory and Practice workbook, I've worked through one of these with you, and it's a good idea to have a go in the Music Theory and Practice workbook just for good form, just to learn some new skills. However, because this is no longer on the exam paper, we're not going to look at this now, but we're just going to jump on straight away to question 7. And this is always one of my favourite questions. It's an easy 10 marks. So we need to choose suitable progressions for cadences. So we can't just choose any old chord. It's got to be within a recognised cadence point. So you need to make sure that you know what your perfect, plagal and imperfect cadences require, so that we know that we're choosing the right chords. However, before we can do that, we've got to decide what key we're in. And so looking ahead, scanning through, there are no accidentals. We're just in the key of G major with F sharps. And so the first job will be to map out our options of chords. So we want chords 1, 2, we're not doing 3, 4 and 5. So chord 1 is G if we're in G major, A, B, C is 4, D is 5. And then work out our triads. If you find it difficult, you can always just count up your first, your third and your fifth there. And then, well, there's no need really to choose the bass notes, the A, B, C, because there's no bass notes to tell us that we're just choosing the general chords. And so let's look here. So I think I'm going to start with this chord first because we need to know what our end point is. And so chord C has got a G and a D. So our obvious chord is chord 1. So we're going to be having a perfect cadence, I think. And so let's look now. We've got a D and F. This note here is just a passing note. It's not part of the harmony note. It's just filling in the step in between these two chord notes, the harmony notes. So we don't need to consider that. We've got a D, an F and an A, and that would be chord 5. And so that's our perfect cadence. So we need to just choose which precedes that now, what just introduces the cadence point. And we've got a C, an A and an E, and that's chord 2. Chord 2 is always a good lead in to a chord 5. And so that's that. And so let's now look at our last chord. Here we got a G and a D, and again chord 1 is our best choice. And so we need to choose what precedes that now. We've got a G, a C. This D is just a passing note, passing through in step to the next harmony note, which is an E. So we've got a G, C and E. C, E, G is chord 4. And so that's a nice plagal cadence there. So 5 to 1 is perfect, 4 to 1 is plagal. So they are accepted cadence progressions, and so that we know we've done the job right. That's that paper completed then. I do hope that you found that helpful. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great. Please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. I hope that you're enjoying this as much as I am. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource available to you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.